Okay, so this is my Project Slime Attack, and this is just the main menu for it. This is the thing that you see when you load up the game for the first time. And there's a few buttons here. This is the power button, the levels button, the continue button, and the shop button. If we click on levels, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 levels. And right now, all of them have this little padlock on them, except for the first one, which we can like move our mouse over. Clicking it makes this little sound. It's pretty cool. And we can't click on any of these other ones because they're locked because we haven't accessed them yet. And so if we go to shop, so there's 4 different upgrades we can get. We can upgrade the amount of damage we do, the amount of HP we have, the speed at which we fire, and basically the spread of which we shoot, which I'll explain later. It's a pretty cool little upgrade. And so if we continue, this is what the gameplay looks like. So you're this little slime, and you glow, and you move around, and these purple slimes shoot at you. And your goal is to dodge their bullets. If you get hit, this heart in the top right will explode. And you'll take a little bit of damage, and you have 3 of those before you'll die. And if you die, then that happens, and you sort of crunkle down to the bottom. Pretty cool. So if you attack them, then it'll deal damage to them, they'll flash red, and when they die, they'll pop, and then a little coin will come out, and you can collect that. So all the sounds that you're hearing, like the attack sound and the sound you heard when I picked up the coin, those are all made by me. I have this little microphone, and I recorded the sounds in that. And I didn't make the music that you're hearing right now, but I did make the sound effects. And also, I did all the art. So the backgrounds and the slime and this little reactor right here, these hearts, this coin, I did all that art. So yeah, that was just another thing that I did. And right here, you can dash by holding down the space bar, and it makes you make this little sound, which I also made, and makes a little bit of a contrail form behind you. And if you pause, then the game actually gets paused, and even if you're dashing, it actually pauses everything so you can see every single detail. So yeah, and another cool thing is that each time you dash, those little light blue things you see are randomly generated each time, just for some variety. So this door, basically each time you defeat all the enemies in a room, this door will open and allow you to progress on to the next level. So if we just walk inside that. So now we're in the next level, and there's a few more obstacles instead of just one reactor. We've got a chair, a table, a little control panel facing to the left, and 2 barrels, and a control panel facing to the front. And all of them have shadows and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. And we've got 2 enemies, and it's pretty easy to dodge these guys' shots. These are just the first guys. They teach you how to dodge shots, and you can hide behind cover, and their AI will tell them to move when you're behind cover. They won't just shoot at you and then get blocked by the cover, but they'll try to find you through the cover. You've got to hide, and that guy's found me now. So if I can get a really good point of cover, then neither of them will be able to see me, and that's the system that the game has. It needs to engage with using the cover systems so that you can hide from their shots. But these first few enemies, they're not too bad. Unless you're getting overrun, you can sort of just stay out here and snipe them off. And that guy dropped a heart. The hearts will, if I take some damage here, I can pick it up, and there's a little sound effect. And I gain a heart back. So that's how you can replenish your health during combat. And so the coin I got, the shop that I showed you earlier, you can spend coins in that shop and buy upgrades. And if you already have 3 hearts, you saw I picked up that heart, and it didn't give me any additional health because my maximum amount of health is 3 right now. There's an upgrade you can get which increases your amount of health, but right now I've just maxed it at 3. So, and also this is a new background. Each of the levels has its own individual background, and the door is in a different spot as well. And that's the case for each level. Each level has a different background and a different door placement. And So this is pretty much the early game. You sort of just sit around, you can hide behind the cover. The AI is actually pretty simple. It just runs if it can't find you, and if it can, it stands still and spits these little slime things at you. I'm just going to progress through the next few levels because there's a bit of a place where it's you're sort of just fighting the same guys for a little bit until you reach level 5, so I'm just going to cut ahead to when we do that. Alright, so I just passed that level, and now we're here in a new level with a new type of enemy. And he's a lot bigger than the other slimes, and he's a little bit more gray. And he attacks really fast, and moves really fast, and he also has more health. And, if you get hit by this guy, then it's a lot more, if you get, like, close to him, it's a lot more dangerous than the other guys, so you definitely need to be a lot more strategic around this guy. You can't just go out and dodge his hits in the open. You gotta sort of use this cover. You gotta sort of pace back and forth between the cover, hiding from his slime, and hitting him with your own. So, there's another feature with your attacks that are useful for taking down this guy, and it's that if you dash into a slime that you just shot out, it actually boosts that slime. And this is one of the first features that I added, and I'll put some footage over the screen showing when I implemented that. And that actually allows you to take out these guys a lot faster. And also, whenever you hit someone with a bolt with a slime that's like that, they'll get redder. So it's a little way to show that you did more damage on that hit than the other ones. I just died right there. It's a pretty difficult game. You gotta be legitimately good at it if you wanna beat it. There we go, we got him. So he dropped a coin, but instead of just giving us 1 coin like these guys do, he's gonna give us 3 coins. So he gives you a little bit more reward whenever you do end up defeating him. So just get to the end of the room. The door's opened up, we can go through. And so now we're in a room where there's a lot more guys. There's 2 of these smaller guys and 1 of the bigger guys. And also, I don't think I've shown this yet, if you do try and leave, you just can't. The door is closed, it doesn't let you. So you've got to defeat all these guys before you can escape. Ah! I need some health on that. Oh no, I really need some health now. There we go. Oh. There we go. Alright, so now I should be able to just deal with this last guy and be fine. Now, this room does not have a lot of cover, and there's 2 of those guys. So you really have to take advantage of this little table here and each control panel. Like, that control panel right there is stopping their line of sight from hitting me. Oh! Oh shoot, I'm very low. I could definitely die here if this guy hits me 1 time. No! Okay, that's fine. And that reminds me, we just hit 11 coins, so we can go back to the main menu by using the pause menu. You can go back to the main menu at any time you want. And go to the shop, and we can upgrade our damage. So when we do that, locks that, we've upgraded our damage. So now, if we just go back to level 1 here, you can see we've unlocked 7 levels now. We made it all the way there. Go back to level 1, and I do a lot more damage. They flash a little bit more red, and it definitely defeats them a lot faster than if you were using the default slime. So yeah, I can just I don't really like that cover spot. It's a bit risky. So I'm gonna try. Okay. So there's a few things you might have noticed about how some things work. First of all, whenever you shoot, the screen shakes a little bit. This is just a nice little feature to give you some feedback whenever you shoot some slime. And another thing is, whenever you go behind something, or you go, in this case, above something, because it is a 2D game, you're rendered below it. So right now, it looks like I'm hiding behind the table. The table gives the illusion of it being a 3D object. And if I go in front of it, then it's the opposite. I'm in front of it. So it's a really cool way to bring the illusion of things actually being 3D. It's pretty cool. At first I wasn't gonna add that because, so if you see in this old footage, I made the character a really big oval, and I was planning on making it a guy but the way that I coded the game, I made him a circle. And the circle, so the game was sort of programmed around the idea of you being a circle. So I really wanted it to be a circle, but I didn't exactly know how I was going to do that. And then I just thought of the idea that I could use slimes. And slimes would be like, circles. So I wouldn't have to do this whole depth ordering thing, which is what makes it look 3D. And it ended up working out pretty well. The slimes, it's a really good idea. Also, I got to think of my name, Slime Attack, because I wasn't sure what I was going to name the project. But yeah, it came out really nicely. So yeah, I'm happy about that. This is really intense, actually. This is a pretty bad situation. So we've got 11 coins now. We're almost ready for the next upgrade. Alright. 3 of them at the same time. Alright, so this is an intense level. Okay, this is very difficult. I've done about 3 playthroughs, no, I think it was like 4 or 5 playthroughs of the game so far. So, I definitely can beat this, but it's definitely a little bit difficult. And in fact, I think we're a little bit underpowered, so I can actually use the level menu to go back to a previous level, like level 4. And, I can farm some coins, because you can replay the levels, sort of hone your skills, or you can, if you're having trouble with the level, get some upgrades, because I am definitely not to where I need to be in terms of upgrades right now. We're already on level, what is it, 9? And I haven't even unlocked the second upgrade yet. So sometimes they can go off your screen. Like right there, he was shooting at me from off screen. And that's an interesting situation, because you kind of have to make a prediction of where he is based on where his bullets are coming from. So that's or you want to get closer, so that sort of causes you to need to move your cover, so you can't just stay in one place the entire time. So we've unlocked HP up, or that is, we have enough coins for it. And the interesting thing about HP up is that you can purchase it more than once. So we bought it, but we can buy it again. And that's because you can have up to 10 hearts before it maxes out. So we've got 4 now. And when we go back into a level, it also heals us completely. So now we've got a few extra hearts instead of just the 3 that we had before. So I think I'm ready for this level now. I should definitely be using that projectile boost more. Okay, so there's no real good places for me to get cover here, except maybe behind this table. There we go. Alright, this is a good place to get cover. Boost into that. Oh, shoot. Okay. Found it. So the AI definitely does. Oh. The AI definitely does force you to move around. Like, you cannot just stay in one place. Because eventually, if you're taking cover in a spot, they're gonna find you, like right there. Just comes up right next to me. Okay. Got one. Oh! Ah! Oh! Oh! Whoa! That was intense. I saw my screen shake more. That means I got him. Whenever you get one of them, your screen shakes a little bit more, so it can tell you that you did get the guy, even if he is off screen. So that helps a lot. Okay, so I need to get So you saw one of the mechanics there actually saved my life. Instead of dashing normally diagonally like this, when you're close to something, close to an object, and you try to dash diagonally, it'll actually curve for you around the object. So if I get on one of these, then it still dashes me diagonally, but it also dashes me upwards. So that was a good little thing to put in, because it really didn't feel good having your movement stopped by dashing diagonally into something. So this system is much more fluid in terms of movement. Okay, so there's a big red guy. And so before you could sort of get by with not using the cover, like you could stand out in the open and dodge their attacks if it's only like 2 or even 3 of them. But this guy makes sure that you can't. This guy forces you to use the cover systems, and he also can take a lot of damage. But he can deal a lot of damage to you as well. He's big, and he's red, and he's bad, and this is his attack. Pretty dangerous. So if you go far away enough from him, you can sorta move, and you won't get hit by him. But if you're trying to deal consistent damage to him out in the open, it's not going to work out. Like that. I've got to hide behind this cover, or else that happens. Okay. So this guy is pretty time-consuming to defeat, but he's actually not that hard. He looks really menacing with the way his attack works and everything, but actually, he's not that bad. Like, if you can manage to find a good spot of cover and stay there. Okay, never mind, he's forcing me to cover. Okay, so both of them are... Yes! There we go, I did it! So he gives me a total of 5 coins whenever I kill him, or 3 hearts. So that's an even faster way to accelerate the amount of stuff you get. So I got that guy. He dropped a coin. Now I have 20 coins. That's enough for the next upgrade, which is firing speed. So if we go back to level 1 just to test it, we've unlocked 11 levels now. We're almost done with the game. Now we attack really fast. So now those little purple guys aren't really much of an issue for us anymore. So this is definitely going to help us a lot. And I don't think we're going to be able to make it past this room because we've only got 1 heart. Yep, okay. This try will go better. So I can definitely get rid of those guys much faster now. So this doesn't... All that does is really just makes it so that I don't have to expose myself to his attacks as much. And I can get him quicker. So there we go. Done that. So the room is clear. Alright. So now we've got a lot more to deal with. I think we have 3 of these guys. Oh, okay. And 1 of the big red guys. But later in the game, we will be seeing 2 of the red guys at one time. Which, as you can probably imagine, is really dangerous. Alright, he dropped a heart. That means I can tank as much damage as I want from these guys because it's pretty much just restore all my hearts. Like if I tank another hit from this guy, I can just grab this and it restores me all the way back up to 4 hearts. 13 coins. Okay! 2 red guys at one time. Let's see how we do. Oh! And there's a bunch of heart pickups already on the ground. Not that it helps if you get completely just bathed in by those guys' slime attack. Slime attack? I said. Alright. Oh, okay, I don't know about this. Okay. Okay. Oh, no! I was too close to him. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, what do I do? What do I do? There we go. Okay. Oh, there's another enemy. Those guys can go a long way if you have one and like a bunch of the red guys at one time. They can really deal a lot of damage to you. Because they come from another angle. I don't think it's worth going for that heart pickup because, well, pretty obvious. A lot of damage. No! I was so close. Alright, I'm just gonna fast forward it until I get this room clear. Alright, so after a lot of attempting, I managed to get past that room, and now we've reached level 14, the level before the final level, and we have 34 coins, so we have enough coins to get the final upgrade, and also there's just some coins on the floor to stock you up in case you don't have that many. So I'm going to go to the shop and buy Shot Spread Up, and what this does is this. It makes us deal a lot more damage at close range, and even turns us into, like, kind of similar to the other guys. And the interesting thing that this can do is it can absolutely destroy enemies if you hit them with, like, a fully charged attack like that. So let's just go back. Oh, we have 15 coins. Let's upgrade the HP again, and continue. Final level. Here we go. And I'm instantly dead. Final level, here we go. Okay. So there's 3 of the purple guys and 2 of the red guys at the same time, as well as a lot of smaller enemies. Okay, one heart. That guy's getting closer. Oh, okay. This is a bit of a tense situation. No! Okay, okay, this is not good. Deal damage. Oh! I got one done. Oh, shoot, we're back up all the way to 5 hearts. Oh, no! Okay. That's good. Oh! Alright. Let's hit him with some boosts. Never mind, that's actually very dangerous. Okay, I'm good. Go! Yes! We did it! We did it! Alright, let's go into the final room. You did it! After room of any enemy slimes, you walk out the door into a city with slimes everywhere, infesting every building. You slither out into the city and see the utter chaos ensuing. You cannot let this happen. It will be continued in Slime Attack 2. So you succeeded, you made it out of the laboratory, and now you're in a city. And this opens it up for Slime Attack 2, but that's the end of Slime Attack 1. I'm really happy with it. Took me quite a while, but this is definitely the best game that I've ever made. So this is a bunch of footage from the earlier versions of Slime Attack. There's this one where I just took a bunch of enemies and made them into a wall and then started attacking it. I was demonstrating how you could dash into things and it would stop your dash. A lot of cool stuff. The very first versions before I did any of the art. But there it was, and I'm sorry if any artifacting happened of the floor. The recording software I'm using, sometimes it doesn't like the way the floor looks, and it sort of makes these weird circle things appear on the floor. And apologies if that happened. I'm not sure if it happened this time, but sometimes that's not how the actual game looks. Just imagine that, except the floor doesn't change colors. But yeah, so that was Slime Attack. You can look at the portfolio if you want, have some additional information there. But yeah, see ya.